Hello, everybody, and welcome to Declutter Me, a podcast about organizing and decluttering your life. And hello, Shelina, why do you have something on your head?
Hello, Shirag. How are you?
I'm good.
I have something on my head because of what we're going to talk about today, and this is the only costume that I have.
we will not comment on your costume wardrobe and repertoire at the moment because
I have no costumes. It's pathetic. I just realised because we were discussing that we were going to talk about this today about
But perhaps that's a good example of a declutterer.
possibly, or that I don't get invited to any costume parties.
No. We're still like whatever. We are 6 months past the previous Halloween, and you don't have any costumes is a sign of a good declutterer.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
It's pathetic. This is the only thing I've had. I bought this from Primark in like 2017 or 18. I wear it every Halloween. If I ever get invited to a Halloween party, which I don't, so I wear it at home on Halloween.
So this has to be one of the weirdest sort of tags we've had to do. But basically, if you want to contact Shelina, invite her to your Halloween party. At Declutter Me is where you go.
Or any costume party, please. Okay, I'll hire a costume. Can you hire costumes here? Because you can in the UK.
Actually, you know what? I don't know. I don't think so.
Because you can buy the costumes at like shops.
Yeah, of course. No, you can do that.
Like certain shops.
But those are the cheapo meant to be thrown away type costumes generally.
Which we're going to talk
Unfortunately,
about
this is a whole
today.
different conversation around sustainability.
Some of them are like really
Yeah, like
what would be in Mean Girls.
okay.
Like they're a bit
Risque is
risque,
the word?
that's the
There we
word.
go. What
I'm
is
just
with you
thinking Mean
today?
Girls. You know, Mean Girls is like, they had the Halloween party and they dress like sluts. It was
It's
in a movie.
Yeah, no, I know.
Am
no,
I allowed to say that? Are we
I
a
don't know.
PG podcast or
Well, we're mostly listened to
PG-13?
by moms and older.
So we can use the
and
word
so I
sluts.
think it's fine.
Okay.
But it's also like there was an ongoing Friends joke, wasn't there, where like Joey's trying to suggest costumes for like I forget who it was, maybe Rachel or Monica or somebody, and he was like, I mean, you could go as a slutty nurse, and then like there's like no, and he's like, okay, fine, you don't want a slutty nurse, like how about slutty librarian? Like he just kept trying to figure, like trying to be like whatever you do, just let's
Like
go
a slutty.
risque, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So anyway, so we're
What is this episode about again?
So this one is about costumes, but I thought more for kids, but it could be for adults as well. But
Then that's probably not how we should have started this episode.
the adults are listening because they have to organize their kids' costumes. But there's a lot, it's a thing now. It wasn't when we were growing up
No, it wasn't.
about wearing costumes.
To Halloween, especially. Yeah.
As you know, I
But even
did.
gen-
I had a Wonder Woman costume and a nurse costume.
No, we used to have, as kids, the fancy dress day where you would dress up as something, but it used to be like more of a competition and like an event and like a weekend thing or whatever, end of the week thing or end of the semester thing.
Yeah.
They were events, they were not, but now it's a different
Now
thing.
it's like, how many book days are there? There's like a book day every month by the looks of the pictures on Facebook. But then that's one side of it. And then there is the people have costumes like, Avengers characters or, I don't know, Elsa and Anna from Frozen.
Oh yeah, that's a big,
So all the
favorite.
Disney princesses are costumes. The amount of Elsas I've organised is amazing, and all the bits with it. So there's all these costumes that people buy for their kids, and some of them are expensive. I mean, when I went to Disney World, the costumes were $50 each,
Right.
just for the dresses, and like people were buying them like. And I'm like, they're going to grow out of it in 6 months. This is nuts. But anyway, so my nephews weren't allowed any. We were like, no. They were like, Shelina, can you buy it? No, I'm not buying a $50 one. I'll go to a cheap shop, a $1 shop, and I will buy them a costume from there.
So you're essentially contributing to the problem now.
But I didn't buy anything. I bought nothing. I wouldn't I bought sensible things because I'm a sensible aunt. And they know that. I'm not spending $50 on anything with clothes related. Anyway.
Do you want to talk about your handbag next, or like how do we do this?
It lasts forever. They are collectibles.
Right.
Anyway, right, back to the costume. So, a lot of parents will be listening to this and going, oh my God, yes, I've got millions of costumes. And it's not just like the top or the dress. There are the shoes, the headband, the gloves, masks, bandanas, eye things if they're pirates, Star Wars, there's helmets and there are bits. There's lots of bits on the Star Wars ones.
Lightsabers. Don't discount the lightsabers.
Lightsaber is a whole different $150 ball game of craziness. So if you have a lot of these costumes with all the bits and pieces, and now it's the summer holidays, but you can do this at any time. Go through it, but it's a good time to do it during the holidays because you can get them to try it on to see if it fits. So do that. Take all the costumes out and say to them, let's have a fun morning playing dress up. Do you want to try all your costumes on? And they might go,
This works with kids?
no. They
Okay.
almost always say
I was
no.
just going to be like, wow, that...
Ask Auntie Shelina to come and do it, and they'll be like, yeah, and I'll be like, come on, let's sing the songs from Frozen. I know all the songs. So do that first of all. So try all the costumes, see what fits, what doesn't fit. The ones that don't fit, put them in a donation bag, or you can try and sell them because they are actually quite a valuable commodity because they're so expensive to buy if you get good quality ones.
Right.
But otherwise, give it for donation to people whose kids can't ever get these kind of things. Then look at the amount of space you got for the costumes and how much space you have. So by decluttering, you can see how many you've got and how many you have to deal with all the bits and pieces, and see how you want to store them. Do you want them to be visible or do you want it to be hidden?
Right.
And do you want it easily accessible for the kids, or they have to do it with an adult, whether it's you or the nanny or the maid, So you have to think of it. And it depends on their age as well, right?
Yeah, I guess it depends also on frequency, right? So, I mean, if it's just something you pull out at Halloween because that's when whatever they wear it or something, then that's different. If they have a costume party or many of them happening, I don't know how the kids' parties happen these days actually, but maybe then there's otherwise I don't know why there would be a need to have it out front. Like, that's
so
what I mean.
What happens is that they have play dates every week, possibly. That's what I see with the kids and what parents tell me. So they have the play dates, and that kids will come over, and a way to get them to just not be on their iPads and not be, playing together is to get them to put on all the costumes and to play together.
Fair enough.
So, you might go through all the costumes, but then a lot of people keep some of the costumes because it will be for the younger kids to dress up in.
Yeah.
So you have to divide that as well. So if you do keep extra costumes for other kids, then keep the ones that are for your kids, and then the extra ones maybe in a box to take out if you need them. And if you don't ever use them, then you can donate them or give them away. And you have to look at the type of costumes you've got as well. So do you have lots of parts to it? How many accessories? Are they easily crushed or wrinkled? Like with the Star Wars masks, you have to be careful. And, even the Avengers ones, you don't want to crush them because of the plastic and stuff. Because if it loses shape, then they can never be Darth Vader or Iron Man and stuff, And then also think about, how much help do they need to put the costumes back? Do they need help to hang it back? Can they just throw it into a box? What's the best solution for you? Now, if you're busy, if the maid can't handle putting it back properly, if you can't bother putting it back properly or the kids don't, unless you want them to build the habit and you're very strict with them, then maybe it's easier just to get a box rather than to get a hanging thing. Yeah. But it just depends on the thing. I mean, like with Disney princess dresses I've seen, they're very puffy and big. They have to be hung. Whereas, a pirate outfit or, Kylo Ren outfit, you just can put it in a box.
In a box, yeah.
You can just fold it and put it in a box.
And importantly, if you're going to hang it, then we've done an entire episode on hangers and why you should get well ones. And Shelina has baby velvet ones too. So, there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Call back.
Go to the Declutter Me shop to buy your baby velvet hangers to hold them. And it will make sure that the costumes stay up properly. So if you don't have a lot of costumes, you could possibly have it as... If you don't have a lot of costumes, you could possibly just put them on wall hooks so they can just grab them and put all the bits into maybe pockets if there's pockets in them. Or into a little bag, which is hung on the hook as well. All the bits and pieces. Yeah,
because you want to keep them together. Otherwise, imagine wearing an Iron Man thing and then not finding the mask.
Exactly. Or Spider-Man without the mask. You can't be Spider-Man without the mask.
It's true.
You can't be Thor without the hammer. Or Batman without the bat mask. Right. So, wall hooks. Or baskets. So there's loads of gorgeous baskets out there. So you could get a nice basket and put them in there. So it could be one basket for, say, the boys' clothes, one basket for the girls' clothes, or mix it up. So but make it easy for them. And like there are baskets in loads of stores. I know Pottery Barn have some brilliant big ones which are color coded as well in different colors, so you can choose that for the kids and say this is your basket, this is your basket, etc. Another thing to do is to make room in a closet. So if you have room in their closet, or you get a closet and put it in the playroom. So a lot of people do that. So you can get those ones from say IKEA or Home Center, and put the costumes in there, and all the bits can go into a drawer. So that's quite good as well. And it's easy for them to access it because they're shorter, those wardrobes. Another thing is to hang it in a toy chest. So that's a big thing, especially if they're older, because they'll be able to lift the chest up and open it and do whatever. But you have to be careful, of course, because there's usually wood, so they can be a bit heavy, so be careful. So maybe they need to be supervised. So see what's the best option for you on that front. Another thing that I've done before with clients is get big Ziploc bags and put all the parts together, and label it. So then and write it on with what's that pen called? The permanent marker? Sharpie. So you write on a Sharpie, with a Sharpie or a permanent marker, it doesn't have to be a Sharpie, on the Ziploc bag that this is like Spider-Man costume. So they know they get all of that bag out, that'll be all the bits for the Spider-Man, and then they put it all back into that bag and put it back into the toy chest or into the basket. So that's another good way to organize it. So you can get zip bags from like $1 stores or 10 dirham shops, and then or Ziploc bags, whatever little bags or biggish bags you can put them in, so it's easily accessible. So that's a good way to put all the costumes as well. So those are my few tips on how to deal with costumes. And of course, it's the same logic for adults, but instead of putting it into toy chests, you can put it in your wardrobe or in a drawer, or get a box and put that on the top of your shelf if you only take them out for Halloween or special events when you get invited to, I don't know, a Gatsby party or a cowboy and Indian party or something.
Or
Are they
Halloween
allowed
one.
cowboy Indian parties now? No.
We'll look into that one.
Okay,
but yes, that's something that definitely adults can use too. Yeah.
Yes. So that's my top tips for today.
Awesome. Well, if you want to talk about decluttering your fancy outfits, you can talk to Shelina about that at Declutter Me. So that's at DECLUTTRME and at declutterme.com. We find a contact form for everything. Well, if you're enjoying the show, leave us a review. We'd like to hear from you. You can do that again on social media as well. And we'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.